Back to Addington tonight for Big Fish, Little Fish. Craig Thompson, before we get into that, anybody who wants to be involved in the Wales Harness Hotline, speak to me. How does it work?
Thank you, Michael. A nice plug. walesharness.co.nz, mate. We had a really pretty good run through the Cup Carnival, and there seemed to get good feedback, mate. So, yeah, get on that website, walesharness.co.nz, and just have a look at our pricing plans.
Nice. 8 races, Addington tonight. Kick off at 5:36. Best races, the fillies, Pete, the Dunstan Feeds Sire Stakes Fillies Championship. Braveview Kelly, La Rosa, a couple of All-Stars horses. But, man, how good was Braveview Kelly?
Really good. I mean, you don't usually see that at Ashburton. Horses coming from back in the field over a mile, being held up twice in the run home and still dashing through. Actually passed the post. She was a length and a half in front. So she's a really nice type. Probably what she hasn't got is a lot of tactical speed at the start of the race, Michael. So her barrier draw is not going to aid her. But there looks enough pressure on the race with her stablemate La Rosa in there. Like she did at Ashburton, I think she'll press forward along with Ivana here. So I think that's where your gate speed is early. Very hard to tip against her, Michael. I think she was 210 when I looked at the market this morning. I think the bookmakers have got that about right. If you look at her run, La Rosa and Ivana look the clear main dangers. But it's hard to see them turning that form around in the space of 10 days.
Yeah, and also Addington's got a long enough straight. She should be able to wind up Braveview Kelly. So I think she'll probably win. Agree, 210's close enough. I thought a horse was a good bit in race 2 was I Dream of Jeannie. Came to the second line at a mobile last time to beat Idle Stuart here, and look, they're off standing starts this time, which maybe is a little bit of a concern. They're off the same mark though, Craig, and I thought she probably had more speed than these in the small field would suit.
Yeah, tend to agree with you, Michael. I think she does. I think she's a speed mare, and we saw that at Kaikoura. I mean, nothing finished better than her when she ran second at Andover Love that day, or Andover Love that day. So missed away the first day, Cup days, did it right the second day, and ran down Idle Stuart here clearly and fairly. So I tend to be with you that I think being good manners were the key, but I think she'd be clear top pick in the race. Idle Stuart here tends to find one better, but does do things right. So it does look a race at 2.
All right, mate. People have expensive times coming up, social times, Christmas stuff. They've got a whole lot of shit going on. Give us a couple of winners for Addington and make it simple.
I really like one of race number 1, Michael. I think it's a very good form race. It's a 1980 for the fillies and mares, and I know Swell Time will be well backed in the race, and Longview Lady will be well backed in the race, but I like one in here. I map it to lead and possibly trail, and that's Mallorca. If you go back to Kaikoura, you would have been watching when Down the Hatch won that race. Mallorca led from barrier 6, ran them in front, caught late by a pretty good mare, and then lined up over the 2600 on show day and set them up in a blistering 1:12 lead-up time, and was still there at the 100 to be caught late. What I thought was quite a good field. She gets back to 1980, and I just thought she could find the front, may hand a Swell Time, sit in the passing lane. That's how she won her race 3 starts ago, and I reckon she'll be at a really nice price. So race 1, number 5, Mallorca, Michael, maybe one to build a bank early on.
All right, what else you got for us, if anything, at Addington?
Well, I didn't mind, if we talk about drop-back horses, I thought Lulu Le Mans' run in the Beyond Words race at Show Day was fantastic. I mean, Beyond Words led, Spellbound trailed. The third horse was on the speed. Lulu Le Mans came from last to run 4th in that race, and Need You Now was in that race. Drops back to a rating 50. I know it's barrier 9, but it's preferential draw, but it is 2600. So I just thought she looked pretty well placed in here, and there'll be money for Firefox and a couple of others, but I reckon she's up to winning that race.
Yep. Can't argue with that, brother. 8 races, Addington tonight, 5:36, and Alexandra Park. Catch them both on track. So I bet responsibly, but yeah, try and make some money.